we got the Pixel 7 Pro and the Pixel Watch. Oh my goodness. Hey everyone, Digital David here. Today in this video, I'm going to be checking out the Google Pixel Watch. I did receive this watch as a gift from Google, but any opinion expressed in this video is strictly my own. That being said, if you're interested in the Pixel Watch and want to find out more about it, the link to it will be in the video description. Check out the lovely retail box and packaging where they walk you through what's included, a couple of its key features. This is integrating directly with Fitbit, and this is the LTE version and model. We have Wear OS by Google powering everything. Now let's go ahead, let's open it up and look at the contents. Here are all the contents. First up, we have our product literature featuring our quick start guide in multiple languages, walking us through setup, how to put the watch on, how to take it off, how to swap the bands, what's included, cleaning, and support information. Everything repeats in multiple languages. Next, we have our USB Type-C wireless charger right here that's magnetic. We have one of the two included watch straps right here. This is the small strap, labeled with an S, I believe, on it. Yep. We have a little S right there for you and Google's logo down there. And then lastly, we have the watch itself. Look at that. Our crown, the large band and straps already installed for us. This looks so cool. Now let's go ahead and try it out. So first things first, how does it fit? So I wanted to try it on with the included large band that was already installed right out of the box. I have really small wrists, so I'm actually going to swap out bands and put the small one on. So I have the small band installed now, and I went ahead, I powered on the watch accidentally while I was trying to remove and release the band. So go ahead, just flip it over. You press this little button right here. There's a little button right there by the band that you press, and then you just slide the band over it. So easier said than done, but there you go. It just slides right out, and then you can swap your new one in place. But I want the small one on. So repeat that step in reverse order, and it just slides in very nice. Now let's go ahead. Let's pair it with our Pixel device right here. So that's what we're being prompted to do. So go over to your phone and connect it to your device. I got this automatic prompt on my Pixel 6a. We have Bluetooth turned on. So let's go ahead and select go to Google Play. Looks like we got to download the Google Pixel Watch app. So we're downloading it right now. Once it's downloaded, we'll be able to finish setting up our watch. Here we go. It's connecting to it as we speak. So we had to confirm a PIN to match our watch. Then we chose our Google account. It's currently working on signing us in, and we have a prompt on our watch letting us know that we need to continue on our phone. At this stage too, I like the smaller band better. I have more room to work with, more notches still available depending on how tight I want it. So far so good, really happy with it. Very comfortable. So here's the next screen we're on where we confirm the watch orientation. Then we can select next. Now we can learn about the bands, which we've already done. How to remove it, it walks you through those prompts, how to attach it. So we've already done that. Now we have the Fitbit mobile app option. If we want to go ahead and get that, we can install it now or do it later. We also have a prompt next to talk to our watch. We can set it up with Google Assistant. Next, we have the option to set a lock on our watch. Now we have a Google Wallet integration. Next, we have an option to select apps for our watch, which is pretty cool here. So we have apps already on our device we can install, and they have some suggested apps. Depending on which version of the watch you have, if you have the LTE version, we now have a prompt to be connected on the go using a mobile carrier. Setup's complete. Now it's time to get a nice tour of our watch. Let me give you a nice quick tour. So here's our main watch face: date, time, steps, weather, heart rate. Swiping over, we have our steps for the day. We have our heart rate. We have different exercises we can choose from. We have our sleep settings. We have our schedule and calendar. And we have our weather right here. You can swipe over one more time. That's going to have your Google Maps information. So that's pretty neat. Also, while I'm thinking of it, you can double tap the crown. That'll set up Google Pay if you have a screen lock. So we'll just hit that. I don't want one right now. And then we'll go back. Then we have the ability to pull up from the bottom and we'll get all of our notifications from our phone, messages, all of that right there, all of your apps. And then we can pull down from the top. We have all of our different icons here with a lot of our Pixel Watch settings. Flashlight, which is pretty cool. A couple different settings there. I like the red one a lot. Let's go back in. Brightness, our pay settings, airplane mode. You get the idea here. Night mode, do not disturb. Current battery settings. We can turn battery saver on. That will substantially improve your battery life. Full device settings right here. You can also tweak a lot of this from your phone using the built-in app. System settings, you get the idea. And then we also have a button on the side here. If I can gently press it. Oh, it's down here. So that's going to bring up our recent apps and settings. And then we can select all apps. So we'll start from the top. Yours may look a little bit different depending on how you set yours up. Fitbit ECG, Fitbit Exercise, Fitbit Today, Flashlight, Google Wallet, Hand Wash Timer, Google Home. We actually have an internet browser from Samsung. I want Google Chrome on here. We have Google Maps, Media Controls, Messages, Safety. We have the Play Store, so we can search the Play Store for apps to download. Spotify for controls, or we can link it to Pixel Buds and such to listen. Weather and YouTube Music. So we're in the Watch app on my Pixel phone. We have multiple settings and features to go over. Front and center, you can see your primary watch face. The status, we have it connected via Bluetooth, 64% remaining. We can select different watch faces. You can browse them all right here, right? That's pretty cool. Then we have the ability to add additional watch faces. So we can add more. We can add our own photos, it looks like. So a lot of different watch faces to choose from here. And then you can edit them. So some you can customize color, others you can customize the layout. So we have different layout options. And then we have our different complications right here in what we want to add or use or leave it empty. So many options for those different slots. I'm going to keep mine how I have it. I like it. Then we have the tiles option here. So we can manage our tiles. So we have the option to rearrange, remove. You get the idea here. We can add more tiles. Pretty sweet. Then we have our notification settings. You get the idea there. Turn them on or off. Our Google account information and preferences. Play Store where we can install and manage our apps. Watch preferences, display gestures, security, safety and emergency, calendar sync, general, watch orientation, depending on how you want to wear it. Mobile carrier, if you want to set up eSIM, that was super easy. I'm using Google Fi. It's awesome for the LTE version. Privacy settings, accessibility, system information, and tips and support. So a pretty thorough and decent app giving us a lot of control over our watch. Now I have the watch on so we can look at the heart rate monitor in more detail right here. So let's swipe over to it. So here it is. Currently we're at 83 beats per minute. It's fluctuating. Let's tap it, go into it. 58 to 113 has been our range today. And we'll have more data as this week populates, but I've only had it for a little over 24 hours. So fat burn, cardio, you get the idea. We get a nice breakdown here. But really nice that we can see it in action in real time. It's always scanning and reading your heart rate. Now I wanted to show you the Fitbit ECG settings. You'll have to use your phone in the companion app to authorize and basically waive disclaimers. But here we go. We're ready to take our heart rhythm assessment. Which wrist is your device on? In our case, it's the right. Have a seat. So it says try to relax and keep your hands still. So we have to rest our finger on the crown. Don't touch the wrist or the watch. So we keep our finger still here. And we wait 30 seconds. So there we go. All the data was collected. It's analyzing it now. Says it's inconclusive. Couldn't get a good ECG rating. That's because I'm standing up right now, so I wasn't sitting down, just so I could show you guys all the results here. I want you to see everything in action. So I'm gonna do it one more time now. You won't be able to see it, and then we'll look at the results. All right, here's our results right here. Normal rhythm, 72 beats per minute. Your heart rhythm appears normal. If you're not feeling well, you should talk to your doctor. Don't change your medications based on this result. They have a lot of legal mumbo jumbo there, but it's really cool that you're able to do that right here from the Pixel Watch. Everything else is pretty self-explanatory, easy to use and navigate. We can dive into our fitness tracking, a little bit more details right here, but here's our steps for the day. Best hour for exercise, that's when I went on a nice hour-long walk with my wife and kids. So, and then we can go back. So we have our basically breakdown of the day. It's pretty cool. So you can see that right here. Calories burned. Ooh, I'm glad that I saw this. I do want to point out, I'm not sure how to verify the calories burned, but I have an inclination that this is overestimating the calories burned. So keep that in mind. In my opinion, it's not accurate enough. It's overestimating how many calories you burn. For example, I went on basically, I think it was like a 3-mile walk today. It said I burned like 445 calories. That just seemed too high for about an hour's worth of exercise. But we have a nice breakdown right here. All of our important vitals basically. And then we can analyze like our sleep score in more detail. So tons of data this is measuring, collecting, and charting out for you. And then you can learn more about it too within the Fitbit mobile app. And I also want to mention really quickly, you can connect this to Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and since this is the LTE version, we can set up LTE with it. And I have it currently in use with Google Fi, and it's awesome. But I wanted you to be able to see in the settings here, there's our connection options. Bluetooth, we can connect to our Wi-Fi networks, mobile network, NFC, and airplane mode. If you select mobile, your choices are automatic or off, so you can turn that off. You can view your data usage right here, set a limit, warning level, app usage, so you get the idea there. SIM status, if you maybe want to set that up or look at your eSIM. Voicemail number, I mean, you get the idea here, right? Profile, so it was very easy. It took just a couple of seconds to activate the eSIM. It was all done through the watch, linked to our Google Fi app on our phone. Very nice. So you can expect a similar result with your carrier as well too, if you're maybe using Verizon or something like that. But it was super quick and painless for us. And I'm really happy to have that functionality. So now we don't even need to have our phone nearby to stay up to date with our Pixel Watch. Now I wanted to spend a minute talking about the Pixel Watch and its water resistance. This can get pretty confusing and there's no IP rating, so I'm not sure what its true rating is. Google doesn't disclose that, but they do disclose that it is designed to withstand up to 50 meters, 5 ATM of water, and this helps to protect your watch from inclement weather and everyday wear. So further down, they say that it can withstand some rain, shallow pools, and sweat from exercise. That's what this is capable of. I also want to point out I've been wearing mine in the shower without any issues, but they do want to point out that it can't be immersed in water for more than 24 hours or used during high speed or high impact water sports. So you're not going to want to take this water skiing or anything like that, or exposed to soapy water or other liquids. I've been using mine in the shower, so I guess tread lightly there with what you're doing with your watch. I did find it interesting. There is a swim option within the Fitbit settings you can choose for exercise. So, with that being said, they say shallow pools, but I would keep in mind that over the course of the lifetime of your watch, with wear and tear, dropping it, things like that, that can impact the water resistance. So I guess make the most out of it now and enjoy the Pixel Watch, but be mindful of, wear and tear over a long period of time. In the end, that might, ruin your watch, so to speak. But Anyways, it is water resistant to a certain extent. Now let's talk about battery life. So I've had the Pixel Watch for around a week now, and let me tell you what I've experienced. First up, from 100% down to 0 without battery saver at all whatsoever, I got 29 hours of battery life. We made it through one night of sleep, and we tracked over 20,000 steps. We always had LTE, Bluetooth, or Wi-Fi on with the watch. Now I also tried it out in battery saver from 100% down to 0. We got 36 hours of battery life. We were able to get 2 nights of sleep tracked and around 10,000 steps, also always having Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, or LTE on. So this leads directly into my final thoughts, where I would love to see better battery life coming out of this watch in future versions. Just enough so maybe you can wear it for around 48 hours without having to recharge it, because it feels like I have to take the watch on and off every day. And for me personally, I'd love to keep it on 24/7. So I'm always going to want to have better battery life than what's provided, even if it's 48 hours, 50 some hours, 72 hours, whatever it may be. So just keep that in mind. That's probably always going to hover around here. I'd love to have it become like every 5 or 7 days. That would be so cool. But I'm sure there are some technical hurdles there given the size, which is the next thing I want to talk about. I really like the size of this watch. I can see how some people want a larger screen and display, but I'm really happy with this. The reason why I typically don't wear smartwatches or watches at all is they're too large, and I can really feel them on my wrist. This one's very comfortable to wear, and I think the size is perfect. There might be a workaround to compromise for both somebody like myself and somebody that wants a larger screen in the future, is I think they could do a little bit of screen expansion here with the black bezels around the watch itself. So maybe in the future, the next version will have the same form factor and size, but actually have even more usable display. I also found it interesting that Google has a tight integration with Fitbit, not from the standpoint of they own Fitbit, but Google does have their own app too. So I'm just not sure where this leaves everything in the future, if that's just a transition and rebranding to Fitbit or what. But there is going to be a paywall behind some premium features, like getting access to all your sleep tracking data and all that stuff from your phone. So just keep in mind, this watch can have additional expenses, whether that's LTE with whatever service you're using, or if you want to take advantage of those Fitbit premium features. That's something to consider when you're looking at a watch like this. I'd also like to see this watch include blood oxygen monitoring. Now, I'm a little confused if it actually has the sensors or not already in place. So if it does, hopefully it's coming in the future with an update or something along those lines, or it could be coming in the future behind Fitbit's paywall, or it's missing from this watch and it's something they need to add in the future. So far, so good. Time will tell to see how this holds up, but I'm really enjoying using the Pixel Watch so far. It's actually helped me in particular cut back on my phone time and consumption. I'm not as distracted anymore. I can make and take phone calls, messages right here in my wrist, so I don't have to get on my phone and then get sucked into Instagram, TikTok, all of that stuff online. So I'm really enjoying this watch to get some more of my life back, and I like having my steps counted every day and tracking my sleep. It's great to wake up every day, see how I slept the night before. Really useful and relevant information.